The following video contains spoilers. We suggest watching the episodes alone in the dark. These scans are taking forever. It's like trying to upload a video. Oh great, we're being messaged by him. Hello, Wolfpack! We're back! Sorry for missing Halloween without a haunting hour review, but I was sick and had to take a cat nap and rest last week. My nap lasted a little longer than expected, but don't worry, to make up for this, I'm going to review one of the worst episodes of R.L. Stine's Haunting Hour ever, Poof de Fromage. Yes, the title is as stupid as the episode is. Our episode opens up with a family preparing for the arrival of a French foreign exchange student coming to move in for the year, where we meet our first protagonist, a wild boy called Bobby.
That boy ain't right.
Bobby and the rest of the Hill family meet with the French boy Jean-Louis, and insert all outdated French stereotype jokes here. Seriously, this is the first time I've actually seen the most moronic caricature on this show that I love. By the way, the foreign exchange student is being played by Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. And yes, he is just as much of an exaggerated cartoon character in this than he is back on the Disney Channel. So if you weren't offended by this walking Looney Tune, Bobby shows Jean-Louis around his new home, where Jean talks to his chirping briefcase. Yeah, you probably guessed that he's our supernatural phenomenon for this episode. Oh, goody gumdrops. Just when I thought that this episode couldn't play out even more cartoony with the French guy acting weird jokes, we're treated to a joke about Bobby and Jean-Louis having a burping contest, where John gives off a big belch that blows Bobby away. I'm not kidding. The Haunting Hour, one of the scariest shows of all time, has dumbed down to burp jokes. Anyway, John keeps acting weird around everyone, but of course, nobody questions him at all. I guess they all assume that all French people do inhuman things like any sane person would. At night, Jean-Louis whips out his PKE meter, stolen right out of Ghostbusters, and it leads into the exact place where the new Ghostbusters movie went to. The trash. Bobby finds out that Jean-Louis isn't really French and learns that he's actually a space alien. No, what were the clues? John tries to calm down Bobby by assaulting him in the bathroom, which of course brings him down. And if you loved the burp joke earlier, we're treated to an incredibly stupid joke about Jean-Louis taking a piss when the dad asks what's going on. And yes, I do absolutely hate how the show that scared me and entertained my love for horror has stooped to cracking jokes about bodily humor. Jean explains to Bobby that his planet was conquered by an evil race determined to harvest all organic life throughout the universe.
You will not stop me assuming control.
However, Jean came to our world to save us from suffering the exact same fate his people suffered by taking on the aliens before they can assume direct control of our own planet. And his brilliant plan was to, of course, impersonate a foreign exchange student in the average American household to team up with a little boy to combat the evil army. Naturally. On a darker note, it turns out that our alien savior actually stole the identity of the real Jean-Louis and left him to die back in an airport storage area. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen. When Bobby demands proof that Phineas is telling the truth, we're treated to a joke about him using telepathy to hear Bobby fart. Oh joy, more disgusting body humor in the show about the supernatural coming after humanity. After proving his alien origin via fart melding, Jean and Bobby prepare to take on the unknown alien enemy by duct taping all the doors and windows so the enemy can't get in. Okay, as far as we know, these are not the aliens from Signs that were stopped by wooden doors. These are aliens who Jean-Louis stated earlier could take on any form they want to in order to blend in with their environment, and considering that they harvest all organic life, I don't think boarding up your suburban home is going to impact their forces at all. Then we get our plot twist. It turns out that the alien invaders are actually cheese puffs. You heard right. The alien invaders are cheese puffs. I swear that this ridiculously stupid twist was so bad that Bobby finally does something smart and questions him when they attempt to kill all Cheetos. Unfortunately, Bobby's unnamed parents enter the room and naturally think the boys are crazy.
That boy ain't right.
And if you thought that was dumb, now here's the really stupid part. And I mean the really, really stupid part of the whole episode. Nay, the stupidest part in the whole series. The dumbest moment of every episode. An army of cheese puffs invades the world. Yeah, Jean-Louis was right. The aliens did take on the form of cheese puffs. And yes, the family's house is actually swarmed by an ocean of alien cheese puffs who flood the house and devour the cast. And believe it or not, this is how it all ends. The family is eaten by an army of cheese puffs and the earth is doomed. Do I even need to tell you how stupid this cruel twist ending is? The only part I liked about this episode was that everyone got killed in a flood of Cheetos. But I honestly don't know what's worse, that this was the dumbest twist ending to ever be made on my favorite horror series, or the fact that the producers actually spent thousands of dollars to show you people drowned to death by waves of cheese puffs. This episode was horrible. That's the understatement of the millennia, though. The acting was unentertaining, the characters were too ridiculous, even by this show's standards, and the fact that our true villain was an army of cheese puffs is too stupid to take seriously. It almost makes me embarrassed to call myself a fan of The Haunting Hour, a show that scared me and thousands of other fans. The only thing I liked in it is that everyone died. But the big twist of the cheese puff invasion that people actually spent millions of money on wasn't funny or scary, which makes the episode's genre kind of questionable if this was supposed to be a funny episode or a dead serious episode. I give this atrocious episode a 1 out of 10. It might be a while until I get back to reviewing The Haunting Hour again after this travesty. I will get back to it eventually, though, but don't worry, you don't have to wait until next October. I'll do some in between. Until then, I'm Catastrophe, and this has been Wolf Entertainment. What do you want now? What's taking him so long? Why does the wolf continue to live? We've tracked him down in an exact galaxy, but it might take a while until we get a precise location on his whereabouts. The Master has ordered us to take all the time we need to scan every sector of this universe so we can keep an element of surprise and not go in rushing, guns blazing. I am in charge here! I paid you to kill the wolf as soon as possible, but you haven't gotten any results! Well, we can't find him if you continue to call us every single day, wasting the time we could use tracing him. How soon can your ultimate warrior kill him? If we could get a move on scanning this whole universe with a mass army of scouts, then we would get the job done faster. If you could do more to help, then we'd have the mongrel dead sooner. Very well. I will supply you with enough manpower to increase your search for him, but your ultimate warrior better be as good as he says. With more scouts exploring this galaxy for us, it's only a matter of time until the wolf meets his demise. Send your scouts to our coordinates and stop calling us. We will call you once we finish him off. Soon. The wolf will be dead soon. Don't worry. I will avenge you, Father.